Hi, this is Sara Bachmeier with Egyptian Numerology. Welcome. So today I have the pleasure of talking about one of my most favorite subjects, and that's Egyptian numerology and animal spirit guides. What an honor. So as explained in my book, Egyptian Numerology, Emergence into the Fifth Dimension, the Egyptians associated many elements into the study of numerology. Pythagoras, who was known as the father of numerology, was also an Egyptian sage who taught that all of life could be understood through the frequencies of numbers. And they discovered the correlation to all life existing in nature to be related to number frequencies. And they use this interconnection to transcend the meaning of life. In Egyptian numerology, our main focus is on the resonation with number frequencies. But in order to become sensitive with these vibrations, I've had to open up to all of the elements outside of me that give me clues to follow the highest correspondence toward fulfilling my soul life journey. So those who study Egyptian numerology with me learn that in order to access your highest possibilities, an evolution in consciousness must take place. And when this happens, you become in sync with signs, symbols, and synchronicities, like repeating number sequences. But when you tune into all your sensitivities, it's not only possible to see, hear, feel, and sense other realms. They become doorways into a greater understanding of the dimensions around us. And to be honest, I spend about 80% of my time elevating my frequencies and about 20% channeling my focus on number frequencies and corresponding elements, because there are endless opportunities when I remain clear, open, and available. So one of the tools that I use to raise my awareness is chakra clearing. And to open these centers, this is also in my book, I use sounds, numbers, angels, color, animal medicine, and many more elements that resonate with the frequency of the chakra that I'm involved in clearing at the time. So tapping into the power of spirit guides has been around for a really long time. The Greeks spoke to spirits through oracles, and the Bushmen of Africa developed ritual and myth from the movement and activities of animals. And Native Americans initiated animals in dance and ritual to establish links with the spirit realm. So most ancient societies studied the natural world in order to understand the supernatural. In the past, shamans, priests, and priestesses were the keepers of the secret knowledge of life. These individuals were tied to the rhythms and the forces of nature. They were capable of walking the threads that linked the invisible and visible worlds. They helped people remember that all trees are divine and that all animals speak to those who listen. And we can use animal imagery and other nature totem images as a way to learn about ourselves and the invisible world. We do not have to believe that these images and totems are beings of great intelligence, but there are archetypal powers that reside behind and oversee all manifestations in nature. And these archetypes have their own qualities and characteristics, which are reflected through the behaviors and activities of animals and other expressions of nature. So when we pay attention to and acknowledge a nature totem, we are honoring the essence that lies behind it. We are opening up and attuning to that essence. We can use it to understand our own life circumstances more clearly, and we can share in its power, or what I like to call medicine, energy when we are manifesting and aligning with our own life. The animal becomes a symbol of a specific force of the invisible spirit realm manifesting within our own life. The characteristics and activities of these totems will reveal much about our own innate powers and abilities. By studying the totem and then learning to merge with it, which I call shapeshifting, we are able to call upon its archetypal energy whenever needed. The true shaman, the true naturalist, works to reconnect conscious human life with nature and spirit through totems and rituals. The images of the animals and the expressions of nature help us to transcend our normal waking consciousness so that we can more easily attune to the ethereal realms and beings. The first step begins with realizing that all vision and imagery originated in nature or the inner mind and has validity on some level. Most people equate the imagination with unreality, and nothing could be further from the truth. The imagination is a power of the mind to create and work with images. It is the ability which will open us up to the other realms, assist us in healing, help us to discover lost knowledge, and open to a higher vision and even prophecy. Through creative imagination, we begin to see the spiritual energies surrounding and interplaying with the physical world. What we consider imagination is a reality in some form on levels beyond the normal sensory world. With creative imagination, we create a new kind of awareness, a new kind of experience in color and form. This triggers higher forms of inspiration and intuition, giving us a higher understanding of the conditions of our lives and the spiritual energies affecting it. Images are the tools to link with the spiritually creative world. It is what helps you identify your spirit totems and awaken their energies into your life. As you begin to identify and recognize your animal totem, you will begin to understand your life more effectively. You will be able to develop a more unique view of yourself, along with a new look at reality. You will find yourself filled with new inspiration, and you will find yourself more creative in your life. The more you understand your totem, the more you will understand yourself. So in my practice, I work with 12 chakras, but in my first book, I mention only 7, because that is what most people are familiar with. And my second book covers the remaining 5. I describe how to clear and enhance your energy centers using different modalities ranging from planets, numbers, gemstones, mantras, seasons, directions, animals, and much more. I'm choosing to focus on animals this month because we are now in March, which is a number 3 frequency. Egyptian numerology. The number 3 is about communication, self-expression, and creativity. It is also about playfulness, innocence, and intuition. When navigating into the 5th dimension, the focus is on mindful communication and becoming a divine messenger. When connected to higher source, Archangel Gabriel uses this conduit or portal to deliver inspiration through the use of our imagination and our verbal or nonverbal expressions. Because this is also a universal year number 3, I have already gone in depth about the qualities of the number 3, and that's in a separate video. That video is in the group, and it's also on YouTube. I will say that by coming into the number 3 month of March, all of these wonderful attributes are amplified and at our disposal. My most favorite tool in navigation along my soul life journey is being actively involved in animal medicine. I call the qualities that animals behold animal medicine. I call animal energy has come to me consistently most of my life, but I can distinctly remember my sensitivities becoming stronger around my first Saturn return. That's when I was about 28. I am a prophetic dreamer and a psychic medium, which allows me the opportunity to shapeshift my energies into the qualities and characteristics of animals when I feel compelled to borrow their strength, their wisdom, and their power. I will give you an example of how I used animal spirit guides to benefit my everyday practice. So for 10 years of my life, I played competitive two-man-woman beach volleyball. Now, I'm not very tall. The average height for this sport is 5'10", and I am about 5'5" on a good day. The only thing contributing to my success is that I'm fast, persistent, and accurate. Before each game, I would call upon the puma or the cougar medicine for personal power. I called upon the eagle and the hawk medicine for clear sight and vision, and I called upon the gazelle for grace and speed. Every good athlete has their own inner strength ritual before they compete. Mine just happened to be calling on my animal spirit guides. I called it the Eye of the Tiger prayer. My ancestry is Native American, and I truly believe that animals are sacred and have so much to teach us. So in my next videos, I'll share with you how I use the animal medicine to empower my energy field and clear my chakras. And I'll be using my animal totems, but then I'll also do an expansive on other animal medicine. So that's how come I've been posting in the group about animals. So if you can share with me even pictures of your favorite animal, it gives me an idea of which animals to focus on. So I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.